Hi everyone, it's the Moon Mage. So today we're going to be doing a reading based off of who is thinking about you at this time. Okay, so it could be anybody, it could be a romantic connection, it could be platonic, somebody in your family, whoever comes up. We are just going to see what is on their mind when it comes to you and just see what their higher self has to say. Maybe some messages at the end as well. So we have 3 piles to choose from. The first pile is the 8th house tarot. The second pile is the Trionfi de la Luna. And the third pile is the New Wave Tarot. So take a moment to choose your pile. I'll put the timestamps below and let's tap in. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the 8th house tarot, this reading is for you. We're just going to try to tune into your person and figure out what it is that they're thinking about you at this time, okay? So if this reading does resonate, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below. I do plan on doing a variety of topics, and I look forward to connecting with those of you that are looking for some kind of guidance at this time, okay? So let's try to figure out what pile 1's person is thinking about pile 1 at this time. Well, we got the 5 of Cups, so they're probably feeling pretty sad. Let's see. It says 5 of Water. We have 5 of Swords. We have 3 of Wands. And let's get one more. Sorry, you will see the occasional dog hair. I do have a husky, so it happens. And we have Temperance. Okay. And the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Cups. So I feel like this is somebody that you are in somewhat conflict with. I don't know necessarily if you guys are talking at this time. It doesn't really feel like it. It feels like they are really sad and disappointed about how things turned out between you guys. I feel like there wasn't very good communication on both ends. You know, you guys could have argued or had like a couple of arguments and or disagreements. I don't know if it was actual like yelling involved, but there could have been, and it could have came to a point where you guys just realize that it's better if you guys just go on separate paths. You know, you could have rubbed each other the wrong way, kind of thing. And so right now they're just focusing on moving forward and trying to heal themselves more than anything. So they're trying to, I think, get their mind off of this situation. Honestly, it doesn't really feel like they believe that this is something that's worth saving at this time. I think that they really believe that this connection is over, and that you guys are better off just going your own way. So like you see how this person's running by themselves and this other person is just sad. I think that that's representative of 2 people that I'm channeling. So one could be very sad and the other one can just be running away. I think that this connection was toxic. I think that one of you probably tried to, it could have been you, but tried to really communicate with this other person who is just not trying to see things from your point of view, really. They were a little bit more stoic and probably cold, and you could have reached out to them. I get this is whether it doesn't really matter what gender you are. I just feel like this energy is more you, and like they understand that like by them being cold and, you know, very how do you say, like, not too emotional when it came to like this ending, and they understand that they left you in a disappointed way, like feeling, and they didn't really mean to hurt your feelings. I don't think that they're malicious in any way. It's just more like you guys viewed life very differently, and so they thought it was best if they just like ran away. Some of them probably did. They could have ghosted you, you know. They probably felt better, like felt it was better if you just, you know, did your own thing and then healed on your own and just like got over this connection in your own terms, all of you. But yeah, so I think that they are just not to focus on trying to come back and reconnect with you. Okay. It does feel more like a friendship. Honestly, it feels like somebody that you met very briefly, too, for some of you. And maybe you guys were dating, talking, or something, and there was a connection, like there was this interest in each other. I think that there was a part of you that both connected that like you don't really vibe with a lot of people that way, so you guys understand each other at a certain level that maybe your partners, or you know, usually people that you date normally you don't feel like really resonates, but then you and this person did. But I do feel like there was interference, like there was just a lot of universal things that got in the way. I think it's more one of those situations like maybe there was a false start where you guys got excited that, you know, something really could have like blossomed, or something really could have you guys could have idealized this connection, whereas, you know, because you guys connected in a way that is so rare for you to connect with other people, there was a part of you that kind of imagined what life could have been if you connected with this person. Like, you know, there could have been some kind of power couple vibes going on, but it was more fantasy based. It wasn't like based on anything practical. And if it even got to that level, and then again, like things kind of just fell short, and it left you both very disappointed, you know. But the other person, I think that they are just feeling like you are better off with somebody else. Like they can't really provide for you what you want. And I think the same thing, honestly. Like I think it was mutual, where you both were in circumstances where it just didn't mesh. Like your life paths just weren't on the same page, kind of thing. And so because of that, you just let it go. You know, you just like went with the flow, kind of thing. I am gonna pull some more cards. Let's pull some more cards for pile one, their person. We have the Star. Yeah, I think you both are very interesting people. Like maybe you guys have star-like qualities about yourselves, and in ways that really matched each other. And so, you know, you really could have fantasized, even if it was short, you could have fantasized like having this, like, again, power couple, celebrity type love, you know, where a lot of people would be watching you and like understand that this was a great match, kind of thing. But it just didn't work out that way. For interferences, let's see if we can figure out what those interferences are. But let's clarify these first. Is this another 5? Yeah, 5 of Wands. So much like you guys could have had a clash of egos as well, you know, unwillingness to compromise on certain things, and that's really what set the tone for you know, how this connection ended up. Let's see, we have Mercury, the Magician, and we have the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Scorpio and Death. Okay, so we have 3 5s in this spread, like in this reading. And so I just feel like there's a lot of disagreements, or, you know, just like there was like no way for you guys to actually make this happen between you guys, okay? And it's not that the attraction wasn't there, because it definitely was. I think that you guys communicated on a level that just, again, doesn't really happen very often, you know? And maybe they saw you as this very dynamic and confident and sensual person, you know, like this queen, and very seductive in ways, and they definitely were attracted to you. You know, it's not that on a mental level, on more than one level, you know, or more than one way. It's just that they understood that it wasn't gonna go far, you know, like life wasn't going, they understood that there's no way either one of you was going to give up the life that you are currently living for the other person. You know, it just wasn't going to happen. And so they decided that it would be better to just cut things off, because they were not trying to, and I apologize for the background noise, I live in front of trains. Yeah, so they just decided that the easiest thing to do was to just not entertain this kind of connection anymore. Okay, like they flirted with the idea of, yeah, maybe you guys can work something out, but then when you guys were actually talking about your core values and what it is that you wanted out of the situation, there was just no type of agreement. And so they just thought it was best to cut it completely, you know what I mean, like not waste their time. And so maybe that came across to you as colder than you would have liked, you know, maybe you still have feelings for them, or, you know, are still wrapped up in your feelings more than they are, but they feel like they're a little bit more detached. Okay, they feel like they're running away and going and pursuing other things so that they can get over this situation, because they feel like there's no point in putting all their attention onto somebody where they know that it's not going to, like, they can't really invest the way that they would like. And I'm not sure if this person actually would really want to commit to somebody right now. I feel like that's not on their mind so much. It's just that when they met you, they were kind of surprised at like how different you were from everybody else, and you know, how well you guys actually meshed. I mean, you know, not meshed, but like complemented each other. I think it's more of that you guys were on the same level to some extent, which doesn't happen very often. Okay, so we are going to We're going to pull some oracle cards. We're going to just pull some oracle cards to figure out how else your person is feeling about you. And again, this doesn't really have to be romantic. Like, it could be that you guys were discussing a project with somebody, or some kind of a, you know, get together of collaboration of some sort, but then there was unwillingness to, you know, get on the same page for certain things, and then you just felt like it wasn't worth it, like you guys were going to go in a separate direction. We have forgiveness. So your person, pile one's person, fate. We have communication, which did come out upside down. So I am assuming, I'm going to assume that this person probably left things on a sour note, and so they're hoping that you'll be able to communicate, I mean, that you'll be able to forgive them for that, or, you know, just like there will be forgiveness in this connection, so that maybe when you guys, if you were to ever you know, run into each other again in a later date, there would be no real harsh feelings, because you both understand that you were meant to match and connect on some type of level for whatever reason. And you know, just because things weren't able to come together the way that you both had hoped, that doesn't mean that, you know, they hate you or anything. It just, they're not really trying to think about it or put too much thought into what happened, because it kind of stings a little bit. For them too, you know. Triggered. Yeah, I feel like some of them, or maybe you were triggered because of like abandonment or neglect issues that you may have, or it could be reminding you of like past situations. Shattered. And let's see, we have mirroring. Yeah, I think that you both came together in this situation to mirror some unhealed parts of you. Yeah, reciprocity. So I don't think there was much, I mean, there was fire and passion, and when you guys were entertaining this connection more seriously, or, you know, just like more actively, it was definitely because you guys were meant to like mirror some unhealed parts of yourself. I don't know if I just said that. I feel like I did. But yeah, the reason for this connection is not so much because you guys were meant to be together, right? It's more for character development, that kind of thing. It's meant to be a very healing connection, just in a more harsh way than you'd like, or, you know, not so that you can be bitter about the ending. It's just more about understanding why this person was a stepping stone onto the path that you're actually meant to take. Like, again, it could be in any situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Okay, I do get a lot of like friend vibes too. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna pull from the Melanin Pop Oracle. We have manipulation. Keyword says control, influence, devious, trick, exploitative, and fool. So maybe, okay, so look, maybe you felt like you were being triggered because you felt like you were being manipulated, or maybe that's how they felt. Although forgiveness didn't come up, so maybe they're asking you for forgiveness for trying to control the situation in a way that you weren't. Yeah, I think that you weren't having it, and so maybe you just was like, no, I'm done with this. It could have been that too, or just like anything that they say coming off the wrong way. I feel like that is also something that maybe they're asking for forgiveness for. We have rebound. It says short-term relationships, fast breakups, grievances. Yeah, I think this was like, maybe you could have been somebody who came into their life at a point where they were already dealing with somebody else, or you were dealing with somebody else, and neither one of you wanted to feel like a rebound, or just like, you know, you didn't want to get into something that was messy like that. So for that reason, that could have been a conclusive factor as to why you guys ended up separating as well. If it was a romantic connection, it could have been that one or both of you, again, were dealing with somebody else. Maybe they didn't want to get break up with this other person, but they recognized how deep your connection is, and so they like put a little bit of energy into it. But the fact that they weren't getting over that other person, or not making any kind of ending with that other person, definitely could have contributed to an end here. We have unavailable. So December could have been an important month for you guys, or when you guys ended this situation. I think that things, and that's also like the holiday season, so maybe things got very busy in that end, like if it wasn't December, but you know, a lot of interferences, just life events, you know, just getting in the way, and then you guys not being able to reconnect in person again. So it's just like you guys decided it was just easier to allow things to separate naturally. And I do think it was agreed upon. The bottom of this deck was Ice Queen, so I forgot which. Let me see if I could. So with the Ice Queen at the bottom of the deck, I just think that whatever happened here, it was just very definite, and it, although it hurts a little bit, it like stings. It's not really hurt. I think it's more like a sting, like a like, I don't know, we didn't really end things on a good note kind of thing. And that's just kind of what it was, you know? Like neither one of you have really, I think, communicated about what has happened on a very deep and mature level. Or maybe you guys did. It just wasn't what either one of you wanted to hear. So we are going to pull. Let's just see. I have this Connections for the Modern World by MysticMoon Oracles. Let me just use this one and get 3 more cards. 3 more cards. Although I will take the duality. Okay, so 2 more cards. I think that was like how you guys felt about each other. You know, like there was this very strong mirroring within each other. That again doesn't really happen very often. We have refined, and you guys could have met at a bar or just like some kind of event where there's a lot of people and we have projections. Okay, and the bottom of the deck is commitment. So I wonder, both of you could have been in different kinds of commitments when you guys came together. Again, you know, one or both of you could have been in different partnerships. I also think one or both of you maybe hoped that in the future you guys would like match each other, but also like triggered each other in ways where you guys thought that you were lacking in one area. So I feel like if one of you was in the relationship and that seemed solid, and the fact that the person, one of you was unwilling to give that relationship up, maybe that triggered the other person, you know, in ways that they felt like they were missing something solid, you know, like, or that kind of openness, having that kind of open communication with their partner. I don't know if I'm explaining this super duper right, but I feel like whatever, you guys complemented each other well, because whatever qualities one person had, the other one was kind of lacking, and realized that that's what they need to work on within themselves. Okay, so you were also like making projections with each other about like what it is that you were stronger in the relationship, and when that person, you know, didn't match, also kind of like, it's kind of like they missed the mark. You know, they checked a lot of boxes, but then the things that they didn't check on your list were like deal breakers, and the same goes for them. All right, so I am going to pull some messages from your person. We're just going to try to see what your person wants to say to you right now. What does your person want to say to you right now? What does your person want to say to you right now? Pile 1. We have, I hope we both find the love we deserve. Okay. We have telepathic communication. Yeah, so maybe, you know, you're thinking about them more because they're thinking about you, so it's like very telepathic, but the fact that they are hoping that you both find the love that you deserve just probably shows that they don't feel like they're the right person for you. I run because I fear my feelings. Yeah. They would rather cut it off in a very like solidifying way than keep on going back and forth with you when they know that life circumstances are just not allowing them to pursue you at this time. It says you've changed and I've definitely noticed. So they could be watching you, watching your progress at this time, watching you move on without them, and that like, you know, gets them thinking about what could have been. It says, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. Yeah. I think that you guys really tried to like you flirted with the idea of making this happen, you know, making something more solid happen between you guys. But because you guys are seeing like this power couple energy, you know, this dynamic dual kind of energy, do you think we could start over? So I think that part of them does hope that maybe in the future you guys could start something new again. We are perfect mirrors. Remember, anything in me is reflected in you too. And they really liked that about you. You stand out. You know, even though you guys couldn't make it work on a deeper level, I think you definitely left an impression in their heart and you know, in their life, and they're not going to get over you very easily. We have yeah, won't be missed when you're gone. I'm fine on my own. That is a Tanashi song, but I do think that they're probably telling them this just to get over you, but really they're still watching you and stuff, so they haven't really gotten over you, but they're making it seem like they're past this. So, or you could be doing the same, you know, maybe not communicating with them, but maybe still checking up on their social media, checking out tarot readings, and maybe that is your version or your way of still checking in, even though you're acting like you've moved on as well. So anyway, that's what I have for you, pile one. I hope that this reading resonated on some level and gave you some insight to your situation and what the other person is thinking at this time. If it did, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below and let me know. And I look forward to reading for you all again in the near future. Okay, so until then, pile one. Hi, pile two. If you chose the Trionfi de la Luna tarot, this reading is for you. So today we're going to figure out who is thinking about you at this time, okay? So who is thinking about pile two? We have the Hanged Man, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Three of Cups. Let's get one more. Okay, I'll fix it in a second. We have the Three of Swords, okay? So who is thinking about pile two? Okay, so for a few reasons, I think that this person is feeling a little introspective about what went on between you guys. There definitely could have been some kind of stalemate, but basically, or infidelity going on. I don't know if it's so much infidelity. Maybe it's just that this person, they weren't so in tune with who they are spiritually, like on a spiritual level. And so maybe they could have just been out partying and stuff, or just like trying to have a good time elsewhere, outside of this connection, and it could have led to heartbreak. Also, it could have been somebody who's already had their heart broken before they connected with you, and so they're feeling a little bit guarded, you know, and by doing that, they're just not trying to have something very, very serious at this time. You guys also could be in separation. If you are with this person, it could feel like long distance, where you could be this coming across as this high priestess, and you know, you connect with them on a deeper level that doesn't really know any bounds. Like, you could be miles and miles apart, but they're, you know, when they think about their inner world, you always come up, but because you guys like live in separate places, they could be seen as somebody who's just like out all the time and having a good time, but not really somebody who has a partner because you're not together physically. But when they do think about you, it's usually when they're alone. And I don't think that they ever really completely forget about you. It's just that there are things going on in their life, maybe that doesn't even have to do with you. I don't really feel like this Three of Swords necessarily has to do with you. Like, I do think that you guys are still somewhat connected, even if it's on a friendly level. I think it's just one of those situations where, you know, you don't want to stop talking completely, but there is some kind of stalemate happening right now because of other, like, just interferences kind of thing. I think this Three of Swords is more than just how they're feeling about this connection. I think it's them grieving about something that's happened in their life recently or just ongoing, them feeling like they can't really provide for you the way that they want to because of all these other things that they have going on in their lives that like really needs to be prioritized. Okay. I just heard when they think of God, they think of you. So, you know, when they think of a higher power, like they understand that it exists because you came into their life, kind of thing. So I think that you came as somebody to awaken them from this long internal sleep that they have gone through, you know, that they experience and stuff. And I think you feel the same way on some level. You know, like there's a reason why you guys met. Is very divine. But the way that this person's upside down and you're upright, you just kind of are not really eye to eye in a lot of ways. Like you don't really see eye to eye in a lot of ways. And honestly, I feel like this person is probably more immature than you are. And or maybe you both need work in certain areas. Like you need to grow in opposite areas. Like they probably need to grow in a way that makes them more financially stable or committed. You know, maybe they're not a person who really wants to commit, and maybe that's because they feel unstable. You know, they're hanging upside down, they're not really like on their 2 feet, you know, so that maybe they don't feel grounded enough for you. And you have probably a lot of rage and emotional imbalances going on in your life, or everything in your life kind of feels like it's on fire is kind of what I'm getting here. Like it's just turbulent all the time. It makes you guys sad that, you know, all of this instability has been keeping you guys apart. You know, like out in the world, people are always seeing you guys as yeah, you guys could be the life of the party in both, you know, in each other's lives, but you're not really seen as together very often. And so it's kind of like the secret world that you guys enjoy and connect with, but in reality it actually brings a lot of heartache and longing for each other. We're gonna get some more cards. I kind of find it interesting how the light is shining more brightly on this Three of Swords. Like, I do think that you bring a lot of light into each other's lives. Like, I think this connection is very, very divine, but there's still 3 swords, you know, stabbed into the heart. So there's still a lot of pain, but I think that this connection between you guys brings a lot of healing energy and a lot of light into your situations. Let's pull to get some clarifiers for pile 2. We have 3 of coins. We have the Hierophant. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the King of Coins. Okay, the bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Coins, Judgment, Queen of Cups, and the Four of Wands, and the Sun. So, and the Nine of Cups. Like, I think that, wow, and the Ace of Cups. That's just incredible. I think that there's going to be a turning point in this connection. Okay, I think that there is going to be some kind of stability, more stability coming in for you or your person or both of you. I think that it's like once that stability, once you're able to get like a more solid situation, like financial situation on both of your ends, and once you like both really start practicing more on like connecting with the divine on higher levels than you ever have before, like both of you guys, that is going to create a situation where you both will be able to talk more seriously about how you can come together in a more fruitful way, or in a way that's actually going to cause less heartache for both of you. You know, I think that this person does want to be committed to you, but it's more like they want to focus on their financial stability, and they want to be comfortable with who they are as a person before, well, comfortable like financially and materially. I think more than anything, I think that they are seriously going through some kind of financial hardship right now, or they just happen, or it's just inconsistent. If it's not, you know, weighing heavily on them at this moment, it's just like they're always trying to figure out how to make their next like paycheck. You know, they could be a freelancer, or, you know, do a lot of gigs, or just somebody who hasn't really found the job that they really want to stick with long term. And so I think until they do that, until they find that kind of opportunity where they can really see themselves working long term, then they're not going to be able to commit to anyone, I think, in general. But I think this is happening so both of you can heal some very old, like, ancestral patterns, you know, break these kind of cycles between both of you, whether it's like, you know, this familial struggles with family, you know, and or financially, you know, hardships, like any of those could have run in the family, you know, and it could have been like for generations. And I think until you guys heal those parts of yourselves, you know, individually, then you can talk more seriously about getting together. Okay, but I do think that this is something that is meant to happen. You know, you guys are meant to connect, and if you're willing to stick it out, then I think that this could be something that they've definitely dreamed about for a very long time, but it's probably been too long in your eyes. Like, this is just like, when is it going to end? Like, when is this torture and this inability to be together going to end? But I am getting that, especially with Judgment and the Ace of Coins and, you know, all these amazing cards that came out at the bottom of the deck, I think it's happening. You know, it's just slower than you would like, but I think that it'll be worth the wait. And you know that, so that's why you continue to wait. I'm not saying that you should wait for anybody. If like this is not going in the direction that you hope for, I don't really think that that is the healthiest thing. But if honestly there is, it's not that I don't think that you should wait so much. It's more like continue going with the flow of your life. Okay, so if this situation's for you, then it's meant for you, and like nothing can really ultimately interfere because there's nothing that really matches. This is your person. But if the situation calls for you, you know, maybe putting this on the back burner and then trying to connect with other people and you know, just seeing what comes up in that situation, you know, in those situations, and then maybe if you guys, you know, come together at a later date, then you'll be open to that as well. So it's just like, you know, I don't really think that putting your life on hold for anybody is ever really healthy. So if that's the case, then maybe try to figure out what can be done. Like if you guys can see each other sooner, or if you guys can, you know, try to make things more consistent, you know, then that's a way to improve. You know, how can this connection and situation be improved if it's really like worth working on, you know? So we're gonna pull some cards from the Melanin Pop Oracle. Just get some cards. I think am I holding it? Okay. What are they saying? Oh, get some cards for pile 2's person. We have Spice Things Up. We have Soulmate. We have Do You Remember? And it is upside down. Let me see. Okay. And we have Addiction. So I think I got it. So yes, I think this is a soulmate connection. I think that you and this person in a lot of ways are meant to be, and you really want to get to a place where you guys can be a little more sexual, or really just try to bring the life back into this connection. I feel like there's been a lot of stale energy, maybe just because you guys have not seen each other. But it won't really happen. I think it's not going to really happen until there's this kind of behavioral patterns that need to be let go of before you can have, this is like a prize. I think that you guys coming together is like the grand prize, and it's been a hard thing for you guys to let go, or let go of old relationships, old patterns, just constantly being triggered by the past and stuck in the past. And until that is really worked on and you're healing those parts of you, and maybe the addiction habits that you may have, just working on becoming healthier versions of yourselves, both of you, until that is dealt with and healed, I think that you guys are just gonna continue to be in some kind of separation. But once that is, and I'm not saying fully, because I really don't think that, like, there's no real cure for addiction. It's more about like treatment, and so it's just like getting to a healthier state, so when you are in a healthier state, you're going to be able to have the capacity to really take care and nourish this connection in a way that is very stabilizing, and it could survive long term, kind of thing, in person. I think that's what it is. You guys are in separation, and or there's just a lot of interference, and until that is dealt with, you guys won't be able to come together in a more permanent way, the way that you would like. But I do see that you guys are doing the work on individually, and it is paying off, and just continue to heal yourself, and work with those things that you've had a hard time letting go, because that's really what's bringing, that work that you're putting in and that you're doing is really what's bringing you guys together. We have another deck we're going to pull from the Connections for the Modern World. We have Suspended, we have Climax, yeah, I think this person really does it for you, and I don't think, and the same, and so you guys see the worth and value in this. Okay, I don't know why it's just not straightening, but, and then, so you're feeling like this, everything's up in the air, like it's suspended, and you need to find some ground. Dating, yeah, I think that it's still like very light. You guys are dating. It's not a major commitment just yet, it's still not end game, like it's not what you are hoping for, either one of you, because of all these other things in the way. So it's still very light, and you would have hoped for it to be, reached a deeper level than it has. I think that's what you're hoping for. We're going to pull again because a lot of cards fell. Let's just get one more card. We have Hollow, and we have Reaching Out. So I think that you guys feel like some kind of emptiness or void without your person, but also, if they were gone completely, like I meant without your person, like here physically with you, but if they were gone completely from your life, you would also feel hollow, and vice versa. Like you guys feel like an emptiness, or you felt an emptiness before this person came into your life, and the same. And so that's why you're still holding on to each other, you know, and willing to stay in this phase long term, even though it's not ideal. It's just where you guys would rather be than live life without each other, you know. But everything, like, you're just waiting for the day where you guys can come back together, because then you'll know that you'll be reminded of why it was all worth holding on to. You know, like, this relationship seems very destined. It's just, you know, suspended in the air right now until you're able to ground, both of you ground. Like, whether it's financially, it's, you know, just in your life, just create more stability and more healthy interactions. Oh, I was gonna get messages from your person, so let's do that. Where are you? Okay. It was under my leg. So we're just gonna pull some messages from your person, okay? Messages from pile 2's person. Messages from pile 2's person. It says, I'm hurting right now and I need time and space to heal. So maybe that's the reason why, again, you guys are in separation. There's just a lot of things out and, you know, your own individual lives that is keeping most of your attention, you know. A lot that needs to be healed and not a lot that needs to be grieved over. And to deal with that, you guys had to figure out how to do that separately, you know, in order to do it properly, in order to heal properly. Thorn in my pride. I want to know what love is. You're still the one. So maybe your ego's got a little hurt for whatever reason. Or maybe the fact that you can't provide for each other the way that you would like, or be there for each other the way that you'd like is, you know, hurting your egos a little bit, you know, or just making you feel unsatisfied with life in general, because you were hoping that by now things would be more settled, but it's not. But you're still the one. They want you to know that you're still the one, and you're the person who's shown them love, you know, like real love and real connection. So if, yeah, okay, so I just pulled everlasting love. Like, this is the real deal, and they know that, and you're the one who shows them what love truly is. It says, won't be missed when you're gone. I'm fine on my own. I honestly don't get that from this person thinking about you. I think it's about somebody else in their life that they probably can't get rid of at this moment. It could be family related, or you know what I mean? Not saying that's really nice, or it could be like a job that they're waiting to end kind of thing, so they can go their own way. We have, I'm sorry I couldn't be what you needed at the time. And don't worry. And the next one is, though it hurts to say goodbye, I know it's what we need to do to grow. So it's probably, again, if this is a long distance connection or relationship, you know, every time that you guys come together, it's amazing, and you guys are reminded of why you continue to connect with each other, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt every time you guys have to separate. But it's really ultimately happening for your own individual growth and healing. So continue to work on yourself, and I'm sure that they'll mirror you and do the same if this is meant to be. And then when you guys come together, you won't have that extra baggage. You know, you'll have healed those parts of yourselves, or managed, or, you know, like you've gotten it under control to the point where when you guys are able to come together, it's going to be like smooth sailing kind of thing. It's going to be like much easier than if you guys would have tried to commit, or, you know, like tried to come together a lot sooner without all of these things being, you know, interferences being healed, okay, within you. So, but don't worry, because they love you. They're definitely the one that they want to stick around and be with. It's just, you know, you got to continue working on yourselves, and it'll all flow. It'll all come together. I think you're already seeing signs of movement happening, you know, of a more of a flow now. So this is what I have for you, pile 2. I hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below. Let me know. And I look forward to reading for you all again in the future. So until then, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. If you chose this New Wave Tarot, this reading is for you. Today we're going to be tapping into who is thinking about you currently. We are just going to pull some tarot first, and then some oracle cards, and then some messages from your person. So let's try to figure out who is thinking about you at this time. Who is thinking about pile 3 at this time? We have Ace of Swords. Who is thinking about pile 3 at this time? Six of Swords. Who's thinking about pile 3? Page of Wands. And who is thinking about pile 3? High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck we have the Hermit. Pile 3, I think that this person is somebody who admires you from afar. I think that I honestly got some like fan energy. Maybe they see you on social media, or they just saw you in person from a distance, and they want to let you know that they're kind of very intrigued by you, or, you know, they are very interested in your energy, or like they really admire you, but they're not on your level kind of thing, and they know this, and so they kind of keep their feelings and stuff to themselves. I really did get like that they do want to keep following you, like they want to that came out a little creepy, but it depends on the person, but I meant more on like social media, so they want to like follow you on social media and just like keep getting updates that way, or, you know, just any kind of information they can get from you, of you rather, but they do want to figure out how they can best come up with a way that will provide an opportunity for them to talk to you, but in a way where they can also like impress you. Okay, I'm getting like this person is kind of trying to figure out how to make that opportunity happen where they can have this conversation with you, but they really have to, they're trying to set themselves up in a way where they feel very much on your level when that communication does happen, okay? I do think that they are trying to move towards you like from afar, but I think in person, I really do feel like this is somebody who is a little bit obsessed with you, and it doesn't really feel like unhealthy obsession. It just more feels like they saw you and they can't stop thinking about you because they just are surprised that you exist. There's like nobody really like you, okay? Maybe they want to work with you, like collaborate with you, and maybe you are like more experienced than they are in the same field. Okay, like let's say that they're a model. I'm not saying that this person is, or you are, but they could be like a photographer or something, and they notice you from a distance and they want to work with you in a way where like they want to do a photo shoot with you, but maybe you're much more experienced as a model, or in that field, and they want experience to work with you to gain more experience as a photographer, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That kind of way they're like thinking about you in a more collaborative way. Okay, let's see. We have 3 of Cups. We have King of Swords. We have Judgment. And we have the Hermit. Actually came out this time. Bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Swords. Okay, and the King of Cups, I'm just going to show him because that's my man, Robert Smith. Right, here he is again. Okay, so, pile 3, this person is trying to figure out how to come across. I think they feel more like the Page of Wands, so they feel like very passionate about their hobbies or chosen profession, or whatever it is that they're gifted at, and they want to work with you, in that way, but they want to come across as somebody who does know what they're talking about, and somebody who doesn't seem like they are more of your fan, and they actually do want to I guess work with you on a level of equality. Like, they want you to be impressed by their work too, and they want you to feel like you're making the right decision by collaborating with them, so it's more like they want to come across as somebody who is very much a professional at what they do, and so they're taking this time to kind of build themselves up, or in a way where they can have some information for you. Yeah, they want to like impress you is what it is, and so they're taking this time, like while they're alone with their thoughts and stuff, to gather a whole bunch of information, or just like build on their portfolio, or build on their skills and stuff, so that when you guys come together, or if they do end up actually reaching out to you and stuff about working together or collaborating in some kind of way, or, you know, doing an event together or whatever, you are going to feel like you're investing in somebody who is going to make you look good, basically. I think that before you got here, you came into their line of vision, they were really hoping to meet somebody like you. Sorry, my camera cut off, but I think I was saying that this person, so before they met you, they were really hoping that somebody like you would come into their lives, just because you would spice up their life. Like they know that by collaborating with you or partnering up with you or doing some kind of event or experience with you would definitely like up level their life, you know, or cause some kind of breakthrough. And I think that they truly believe that you would enjoy working with them or collaborating with them, but it would be more like you would be advancing their career in some way more than they would be yours. You know what I mean? Like if there's a collaboration, I think that you are more well known than they are, and so they're hoping that just by being associated with you, that it would really advance their career or it would advance their status. And you know, if they do a great job and they show you in the light that you know, and help you shine, then of course it's going to help you as well. But it's more like this is a breakthrough moment for them, and you've already have some kind of status, so it's, you know, just adding on to what you already have built for yourself. Okay, let's pull some cards. This is the Price of Love Oracle. We're just going to pull some cards. We have Deja Vu, number 22. We have Euphoria, number 30. And we have Divine Timing. And in the bottom of the deck, we have Quality Time. Yeah, so you guys can be in the music business, or you can be, you know, something related to music, like in the music industry. You know, if you're a singer and they're like a producer or something, you already have a name for yourself, that kind of thing. Or they just feel like it wasn't by chance, you know what I mean? Like, you are what they have been waiting for, like that person that they know they like truly believe in, you know, this opportunity with you, and they truly believe that you or collaborating with you would change their life for the better. And they're just waiting for the right moment. They're not going to rush into this because they know that they probably only have like one chance to really not let this flop, you know? They don't want to fall on their face, so they want to do it right. Okay? And so they're going with the flow, going with divine timing. It says number 11 on the top too. So we have 11, 11, and 22. And number 3. You know, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing as well. So I think that they really see you as somebody who is worth putting like this kind of effort in, like behind the scenes effort. Like they're right now that they're focused on you, but it's like, I'm not saying it's only for personal gain, you know what I mean? Because I do think that they feel like they would mature and be seen as somebody of higher status if they were to connect with you in that way, but they also want to do right by you, you know what I mean? Like, they just admire you so much that it's like they want to help represent you, kind of thing. It's like that kind of thing, okay? But they truly believe in this coming together, like in this, they truly believe and have faith that this is really going to work for both of you, okay? Like, it's just like a vision that they have, and they're like, I need to like move forward with this, I need to make this happen, and it's really on their mind. They really want to make it happen. This is the Melanated Pop Tarot, Oracle deck. We're just gonna get some cards. We have manipulation. We have time heals all wounds. Sorry, dog hair everywhere. I have a husky. And we have rebel. So I think in the past, they were probably in a situation, or maybe you were in a situation where you felt you were trying to be controlled. Maybe not so much by this person, but maybe that's what you're well known for, like taking back your power and healing yourself, and like representing people who are warriors in that sense, you know, who are very strong-willed, and people, you're like a mentor, you know, or somebody who is a rebel against, like, who goes against the grain kind of thing, a trailblazer kind of person. And that's something that maybe they really do admire about you. And so that's what they want to be associated with. Like, they want to be connected to somebody who is so strong and is true to themselves, you know. I think that they really feel like you stand out from, you know, the rest of the crowd. We have the connections for the modern world, reaching out. Yeah, just more confirmation that they want to reach out to you. We have TikTok, only a matter of time. Letting divine timing come into play. They are trying to be patient. And we have the bitch. So, clouded judgment. So maybe they feel like you, not that they're calling you that, but maybe they feel like you are, like, they don't want you to automatically reject them. So they want to make sure that when they come and talk to you about this thing, that they are going to be able to persuade you. Like, they want to be able to talk themselves up in a way where you wouldn't say no, like you wouldn't reject them, you know. So they're really trying to work hard to be able to be somebody that you would desire working with, or connecting with, or collaborating with. Okay, they truly do have faith in this union. It is not like romantic, really. It's just more like they feel like you guys should exchange ideas, and that whatever you guys come up with together is gonna really take off. Like, you inspire them. It's basically what it is. You really do inspire them, and you're like their muse. Maybe not yet, but they would like you to be. So we're gonna pull some cards from your person. Dog hair everywhere. It is that season. Okay. We have, should I stay or should I go? We have everlasting love. This feels too good to be true, but we should give it a try. Yeah, I think this person is really taken by your energy. And they feel like it would be a dream come true to work with you, but you know, it does feel in some ways too good to be true, like it would be a dream for them. I'm evolving into a better person each day because of this love. They wanted to be a better person so they can impress you as well. It says, I just can't help but be jealous of the person who gets to be with you now. If you're working with other people, you know, collaborating with other people, they're just jealous of that opportunity that they have. We have, I second that emotion. I think that's what they want you to say to them, like to agree to be on board. There's too many cards. We have, once you embrace your value, talents, and strengths, it neutralizes what others think. Oh no. Once you embrace your value, talents, and strengths, it neutralizes when others think less of you. Whatever comes our way and whatever happens, we're in this together. And one more, please, for pile 3. I would like to offer you my cup of love. Okay, so yeah, they're very excited for this vision and they want it to come into fruition. It's just, you know, try not to rush things, try to allow divine timing to come into play, trying to be more confident in themselves for when they do approach you and they do come to you with this kind of like proposal. They want to be ready. They want you to want to work with them, okay? And they're just gonna do what it takes. You can also be a boss. You can work in HR or something and you know, are a hiring manager. And so like this can be an interviewee, like somebody who is coming in for an interview and they want to work with you. And so, you know, they're gonna come and try to impress you as best as they can. It could be like a second or third interview as well, you know, for somebody. So that is what I have for you, pile 3. I hope that this reading resonated with you and you were able to get some insight or any kind of look into who may be thinking about you at this time. If it did resonate, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below and let me know. I look forward to reading for you all again soon. And until then, pile 3.